Ever feel a little itchy, like something's crawling on your skin? Relax, it's probably just your clothes. Or is it? What if I told you that millions of tiny creatures are living on your face right now? Don't worry, it's not as creepy as it sounds, or maybe it is depending on your tolerance for microscopic roommates. Meet Demodex, the tiny mites that call your face home. These 8-legged critters are so small you can't even see them. They're like the original squatters, setting up camp in your hair follicles and feasting on your dead skin cells. Think of them as miniature recyclers, except they don't get paid and they never take a vacation. But before you grab the nearest bottle of insecticide, let's get to know our little buddies a bit better. You might be surprised to learn that Demodex are more friend than foe.
Demodex mites are arachnids, which means they're related to spiders and ticks. But don't worry, they're not here to suck your blood or spin webs on your nose. These guys are all about that sweet, sweet sebum, the oily substance your skin produces to keep it moisturized. There are two main types of Demodex that call humans home: Demodex folliculorum and Demodex brevis. Think of them as the roommates who prefer different parts of the apartment. Folliculorum likes to hang out in your hair follicles, while brevis prefers the sebaceous glands near your pores. And just like any good tenant, Demodex are pretty low maintenance. They don't make a mess, they pay their rent in the form of dead skin cells, and they're surprisingly quiet. In fact, most people don't even know they have them. So how do these microscopic tenants live their lives? Well, it's not exactly a glamorous existence, but it gets the job done. Demodex spend most of their time burrowed head first into your pores, feasting on sebum and dead skin cells. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, and they're the only guests invited. When it's time to mate, these little Casanovas emerge from their pores and go on the prowl for a partner. They're not picky, as long as it's another Demodex of the opposite sex. Once they've found their mate, they get busy, and the female lays her eggs inside the hair follicle. After a few days, the eggs hatch, and the cycle begins anew. The entire lifespan of a Demodex mite is only about 2 weeks, so they have to make the most of their time.
Section 4. Good mite, bad mite. The Two Faces of Demodex. Now, you might be thinking, this is all very fascinating, Mary, but are these mites doing anything good for me? It's a fair question. After all, we're used to thinking of parasites as bad news, and it's true that Demodex can sometimes cause problems. When their numbers get out of control, they can contribute to skin conditions like Rosacea and Blepharitis, which is inflammation of the eyelids. But for the most part, they're harmless. In fact, some scientists believe that Demodex might actually be beneficial to our skin. They could be helping to keep our pores clear of debris or even playing a role in our skin's immune system. More research is needed, but it seems like our relationship with Demodex is more complicated than we thought.
Section 5, Demodex and you, a mostly harmless coexistence. So what does all this mean for you? Should you be scrubbing your face raw every night to get rid of these tiny tenants? The answer, thankfully, is no. Remember, most people have Demodex and they don't even know it. Trying to completely eradicate them from your skin is nearly impossible, and it's probably not a good idea anyway. These little guys have been living on humans for thousands of years. We've evolved together, and they're likely playing some role in our skin's ecosystem. Instead of trying to evict them, focus on keeping your skin healthy. Wash your face regularly with a gentle cleanser and avoid using harsh products that can irritate your skin. And if you're concerned about any skin conditions, talk to your dermatologist.
Section 6. When mites misbehave, Demodex and skin issues. As we've learned, Demodex are generally harmless roommates. But like any good roommate situation, things can go awry. When Demodex populations explode, it can lead to some unpleasant skin issues. Demodex folliculorum, the pore-dwelling party animals, have been linked to rosacea, a chronic skin condition that causes redness, bumps, and visible blood vessels on the face. While the exact cause of rosacea is unknown, some scientists believe that Demodex might trigger an inflammatory response in people who are prone to the condition. Meanwhile, Demodex brevis, the sebaceous gland dwellers, have been implicated in Blepharitis, an inflammation of the eyelids that can cause itching, redness, and crusty eyelashes. It's not clear why Demodex sometimes cause these problems, but it's thought that their waste products or the bacteria they carry might be to blame.
Section 7. Living in harmony. Accepting our microscopic companions. So there you have it. The Secret Life of Demodex, your microscopic roommates. It might be a little unsettling to think about all those tiny creatures crawling around on your face, but remember they're just trying to make a living just like the rest of us. Instead of freaking out, let's try to appreciate these fascinating creatures for what they are. A reminder that we share our bodies with a whole universe of microscopic life. So the next time you're feeling itchy, try not to think about the Demodex. Or maybe do think about them, but with a sense of wonder and amusement. After all, they're just a part of what makes us human.